Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a special one because today we are going to talk about one particular single issue, right, and not a bunch of comics that you see here. And that single issue is actually here beyond a set of single issues that I show to you guys on top. Now you'll be asking me what is so special about that one issue, whereas there are so many singles out there, and I will get to that right now. But for those guys who are coming to my channels who have not subscribed yet, I really ask you to please do subscribe so that you can keep in touch and let yourselves know when I put out more videos, and that inspires me to do a much more videos than I do today. So keep subbing and keep a check on this channel for more. Right, with that out of the way, today let's talk about one specific issue, and that issue is going to be this one. For hardcore Batman fans, they may already be aware of this issue, which you see right here, because it's one of the most famous Batman cover of all times. It's from Batman 423, and the reason why it's so famous, one, obviously the cover is super glorified. It shows Batman in a way that was never seen before 1988. That was when this cover came out. So that is one of the primary reason why it caught a lot of attention, and the other being it was done by somebody whose name you could see in the bat symbol right here. It was done by Todd McFarlane, one of the most famous guys in the entire comic book industry. He was the one who went and founded Image Comics along with a bunch of others. He's currently the president of Image Comics and has a lot of other companies in his name, especially the McFarlane line of toys. So he's gone into toys a big way, and he's also the creator of Spawn, which is one of the another famous an independent a superhero that became so big that it could even challenge the likes of DC and Marvel, right? Obviously Image Comics got acquired by DC later on, but that doesn't stop the importance he has played on all this. Another fact is that he's also the co-creator of Venom, the artist behind Venom, and he was known for his titles in the Amazing Spider-Man. Right, so there are some beautiful covers in the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't have them today, but I will show you to you someday. Today we are just going to concentrate about this comic, and there is some secret behind this comic which we will discuss right now. Here we are. I just took it out of the bagged and boarded state. Now it's in its raw form, and I should be careful handling it. The secret behind this is, unfortunately, I don't have the actual cover that came out in 1988, and that cover is pretty costly. It's I've seen it going up for over $100 in eBay, so it's a pretty costly cover. The one I have here is actually a reprint of the same story, same cover. It came out in 1995, and it was published by Battle Axe Press, who got the license from DC to do it, right? And we will just look into this picture once more before we go into the story, right? So it's mentioned very clearly here. The story is called You Should Have Seen Him, right? It's a very interesting story. It's a very lightweight story. There's no famous villains or anything in this story. It just shows Batman and what he means to Gotham, right, from the eyes of 3 police officers. That's what it is. So the original book came out in 1988 is what I remember, and so this is an imprint of Americom, and it was printed in 1995 in, I think, South Africa. Johannesburg, right? So this was printed in Johannesburg. Anyways, I'm lucky even to get a copy of this. What you usually get is a reprint that comes out in the last 1 year or two. So the fact that this is at least 25 years old is still something which makes me happy that I own at least a reprint of this book. Okay, so let's talk about the story now. This is by Jim Starlin, who is the writer, Dave Cockrum, the penciler, Mike DiCarlo, the inker, and a bunch of others. Interestingly, this is an old book. That's why you could see that Batman is written. It's written that it's only created by Bob Kane. The recent books, after a lot of lawsuits and everything, I think it's attributed to both Bob Kane and Bill Finger, which is great, right? So the story is, like I said, it's You Should Have Seen Him. I love the art. I love the simplistic story that it has. So Jim Starlin has done a real good work. It starts with Batman trying to save a person from attempting suicide and giving him purpose, and then the cop who's witnessed this goes to a diner, which you could see right here, and he narrates this story to another cop who tells him that he saw Batman in a completely different light, fighting villains, and he talks about that story where there was a bunch of hostage situation and where Batman came in and helped clear it off. I really love this panel page where it shows different emotions of the hostages and the ones who are holding them, and suddenly the final one which shows the bat, right? And again, this entire two pages is without any dialogues. I really love that the art speaks for itself. There was no need of any dialogues here. And then another one was this one where he says that he will blow her head off, and he says that I swear that if you harm that woman at all, I'll make you pay. I will break and twist things within you. You can't conceive of the pain I can cause. It's pain that will go on forever. You won't escape it because I won't let you die. It's a brilliant quote, if you could say, that comes from Batman, and it shows Batman in a light where he's so hard and harsh to the criminals, and that's the reason why this story makes him stand out as a hero for Gotham City. The third one, interestingly, is that another cop joins them and tells them of his encounter with Batman when he encountered two kids in Gotham, and they ran into none other than Batman. And see, there's a Superman number 6. So these guys used to take on ownership similar to Gotham Comics in India and publish these comics in South Africa, the Battle Axe Press Comics, like you could see the emblem. So anyways, so this story is about the empathetic and compassionate side of Batman, where he helps up those kids, and it even shows the officer goes on to say that he even saw Batman shedding a tear from his eye, right? Obviously the other police officers, they didn't believe that Batman could be even thought in this kind of mode, and they didn't believe this story at all. But obviously at the end we come to know that this story is a very true story, and we get a visit or a snapshot into Wayne Manor where he's kept those kids, and that's where the story ends, right? So it's a very nice story, and it's a very good book for me to own. I just wanted to take a quick snapshot and show you guys this old book, and why it's one of my favorite possessions. Although it's not the original, I would love to get the original someday, but for now this will do. So that is Batman 423 for you. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, please do subscribe and keep watching out for more. Bye.